camera focus where it wanted.
It should be. So, do you want Colin to run slides? He's here.
Yeah, that's fine.
Did you figure out if the mic's going to work?
Thank you.
The two mics.
My brain is. Colin's run slides.
Yeah, that's fine. He said Colin.
Yeah, he's here. I told him, I was like, yeah. We could probably, you do we could probably do a switch. Yeah. When it goes to children. It's nice. I'm gonna go look for it and try to test it out. I haven't even tested it. Even though the last time you used it, like, I don't know, but I mean, I obviously used it and put it in my pocket and brought it to the office, so yeah, it should work. It should. Fingers crossed.
How was yesterday?
As long as we got the real day. Probably one of the best I've ever.
Right. Cool.
We had a crew. Harrison Jet. I think a couple buddies from college and Harrison's brother.
Not a good number, or
Do what?
not a good number, or too many?
Probably too many. Didn't matter that.
Where were
You know you had a good home, Ethan. No? And then it's like, alright, I feel like it's weird. I don't even actually can't remember what was supposed to any there put in the raw areas.
Good morning. Guys, good morning here.
Yeah.
All right. Good morning. Good morning. I'll get past the form that I can tell you about.
He's up to us at the morning. Probably the already picture.
I can see Davey going out.
I'm not sure she would recognize that.
Really?
That's what
I mean,
I got to the point. It's like
40 years ago.
Yeah. Yes. No. Not because it's like.
That would be weather.
Oh, no. And he had a.
Answer must be no.
The answer must be no.
Where are
I think he was like, you know what? Yeah.
Tired. Did y'all have another car? We have one vehicle that fits all but one of them for family. So we can like squeeze in. But like schools are so close. We just so generally not everyone's ready at the same time. So we usually do 2 shifts of dropping off anyway. But so the only time it really matters is, but one of us is usually often short. So. But everyone sits way too close together. It's this. It's good to have extra seats, but it is. We have a 12-passenger van for the 8 of us, so we do have some extra. Someone can be on a row by themselves. We don't have that.
So then, like we have Kia and seat 7. There's 7. 3 across the back is not good.
shoulder to shoulder across?
Yeah.
Shoulder to shoulder, legs are all over the place.
Maybe we're talking about a station wagon, but
Oh, yeah. They still make them.
like station wagon where they like. It would be great if some people weren't even facing the rest of it. They could be facing back. Yeah. I think they do make some great station wagons, but not with the backwards facing seats. They're not like 70 or like they don't fit the same.
It's probably not safe, I guess.
She's with the lap belt only in the back, facing back.
That's good.
Right in the way back.
Yeah, we could.
Like every station wagon I've ever had red upholstery.
You had one where the very back, lay it down, or you could do like bench seats like that.
We have one that kind of kicked up next. Feel like a spare tire.
My neighbors had so much help. And that was fun, except for sometime when it was super hot and like time for the AC to get back to the room.
Remember all the way back.
Like,
That's
Is it the back or the way back?
yeah,
Oh, that is kind of your terminology.
like that's
The back is way
what my
back.
friends and I call it.
So we call it.
Also way back.
Oh, I was a kid, like, wear seatbelts, like we crawl around in the car. Didn't have car seats.
Yeah, I distinctly remember. The big heavy doors in the middle on the station wagon. Black station wagon, get my fingers shut in it.
Yeah.
One time.
Seemed like that was a lot more
Yeah.
common thing to do today. So.
Sure.
Now you gotta get up to go.
You really want to?
I think.
On
On Friday we woke up
I'll go to bed.
Yesterday wasn't.
It's a game. Yeah. Probably.
Yeah.
That's good. Is that from home?
Just in the stash. Just the look of the draw. They spill it.
That's what I would like.
Sundays, I don't know time. Like, no, the mornings. It's just a rush.
Oh, yes. I feel the opposite.
Oh, really?
I don't know. I don't know, he said for 100 went. I don't think there was many, or is it any?
I think there was, I don't know, I mean, everyone said there was one 8th grader at practice. Yeah, like, reserve parents.
Well, Adam went with some that didn't have parents. He said London. And now, like, but it's best friend.
I went to Washington State, and I thought there was like a handful of parents that came along.
We had like 4 or something.
Yeah,
They did not like.
It was like groups of 45. One parent. Good luck.
I mean, that's really what ours was.
Yeah. I like to New York with Just Brody, and I saw like school groups, and I thought I would die if I had to be in charge of more than like one person, like teenager, because they would be like, "Yeah, we'll see you later." Like I would not trust them.
And now we're just like, watch.
Really?
They need a chaperone.
It's a lot of planning. You're out doing 100.
It makes that. Stephanie's a Christians at used to, but now Stephanie, yeah, she Adam was sweating up when she got sick.
Oh,
And she went home the day before. He'd never been to
he could wing it, I'm sure.
now. They would not have learned as much, I can guarantee you.
It's crazy right now. That's a hard time of year to go.
Negative 11. Negative 3. Negative 3 one day. He said it was really
I'm not enjoying that.
But if it's cheaper, you know, like, I heard they have a great hotel and
Yeah, it's super. I got like 2 minutes. So, you know, holding those things.
that's impressive.
I'm glad you're having fun.
You just
Well, I
want
had
you to know you
9
still got
kids
it.
in the car. 9.
And I'm not making it today.
We have watched every episode of Blue Bloods.
We did. A couple. We didn't watch the last 2 seasons.
Yeah.
But we watched all the rest. Okay.
We put a lot.
It's not a real place. You can't go there.
I only can remember like 2 of my friends' birthdays.
Right.
Just one of them.
It's
Yeah.
not a real place. You can't live there. I I've always wanted an apartment like Jamie. Jamie's like the youngest brother.
He's one of the
Walmart.
yes. Oh,
No,
no,
yeah.
not well, not but not two.
I haven't ate it. After that.
All
Oh yeah.
brick accent.
Yeah.
Or
That's where they're from.
Through village. That eighth grade.
Kevin, or that number.
Spring.
Which
What on?
One
They
it
have
wasn't
Dallas.
the flight. And they were
Ryan-
like, get
Ryan
in the
Taylor.
middle of the night to catch the flight. So I don't know
I
if
think
they
that was
was flight. Had a good time.
Yeah.
Sort of
That's
like,
why we can't remember what it's called.
okay.
Yeah, his daughter.
Yeah. Nobody else was.
Yeah.
So I just sit there. All of a sudden hit me.
No.
I don't, those
And
and then they're
Yeah.
close together and they like they're and women love to go together. You know, like
That's your real.
have a great time.
I've been trying to imagine boys actually like where from. Yeah. It's like
boys don't
this
get
would be a
cold.
good time for a coat. And they're like, no.
Shorts and they want to wear, yeah.
that was the first.
Just let them.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right, hope everybody had a good weekend. Let's start in Deuteronomy chapter 6, reading together verses 4 through 9. Deuteronomy 6, 4 through 9. Hear, O Israel, the Lord our God, the Lord is one. Love the Lord your God with all your heart, all your soul, with all your strength. These commandments that I give you today are to be on your hearts. Impress them on your children. Talk about them when you sit at home, when you walk along the road, you lie down, and when you get up. Tie them as symbols on your hands, and bind them on your foreheads. Write them on the door frames of your houses and on your gates. All right, let's go to the book and see if we can finish the chapter on discipline. It's chapter 3 in the book. Might be a few more there still if you need that. Next year. See if I can use- I really like what he's talking about in terms of discipline as discipleship. When we typically think of discipline, like what are we thinking about, at least in that moment? We're probably not thinking about discipleship. Whoops. We're thinking about, yeah, I've got to do something.
Right.
I need to correct some behavior. I need to, get control or whatever of this situation. But it really is, discipline is really important in the growth and development of children. And Scripture talks about God, our Father, disciplining us and it being a good thing. It's something that we need. And he talked about discipline as discipleship in the story of God, which, we can read through that through Scripture about, that story of our Heavenly Father and the creating disciples. And he said the profound and relevant task of the parent is discipleship. So let's go. We started with the habits. The habit 1, establish loving authority. That's page 76, I believe. 77. So what was maybe we should start here. How did your parents discipline you?
Often.
Frequently? What? Can you remember specific? Did your parents discipline differently? Like my mom was a pushover. My dad not so much, but
I remember like maybe twice that my dad.
yeah.
My mother.
Yeah.
But when it was my dad, like something, I ripped.
Yeah.
Hey,
Was discipline always spankings, or was it timeout? Was it taking away privileges? Was it
I got into my room.
sent to your room?
Well, it's sassy.
Sassy spray, yeah, that was in the Klaus family
Vinegar.
too.
Vinegar in a spray bottle.
Yeah. Yeah. So what would constitute sassy spray?
Well, it was sometimes sassy spray. Sometimes it had different names for different reasons.
So did you have to open your mouth and?
Yeah, and it would just spin it like so.
Jackson, you had that right.
He still won't eat anything with vinegar.
Nothing
He hates
else
vinegar.
bothered me, but so they just pour that out.
You got,
They quit with any other punishment.
I guess in some sense it is tying the consequence to the behavior. What would warrant sassy spray? Just to get up some bad attitude,
Like, yeah,
talking back.
each other.
What?
Oh, what else were those? And she said
I've had you like driving and trying. Did they carry sassy spray in the car?
it was
Like trying to
in
run
her
it off
purse.
Gotcha. What was
Stand with our nose on the wall.
is it?
Yeah, you had to stand there with your nose on the wall. However long.
And what did you learn from that?
Well, I think it was mostly to like get us to calm down. So fix this. It was usually like if we're fighting or arguing. Or,
Yeah.
All right, you snatch that, stand over there. You couldn't turn away from the wall, or else more time.
So I know you have a brother. Do you have other siblings?
That's it. But my mom watched kids. Yeah. She watched kids growing up, so there was like all kinds of kids. We would be playing together, and if we got into a disagreement, so, you know, hug afterwards or whatever.
How long did you have your nose on the wall?
I mean, it usually just so you calm down. She could read.
So it's a way of teaching a child to regulate their emotions.
I guess. I don't know. Just staring at them.
So. Anybody else have any?
I got lots. There's not a lot. I feel like every Sunday there was some reason, like either in like one of like the little kid Bible classes, like that, I had to go out there at church, or like hit my brother on the way home or something. Something always went off. And pretty much started every Sunday for a long time.
All right, so the first habit, I think he's right in this, establish loving authority. Do you have some couple of notes there? You want to just kind of, I know we did this last week. Just done it.
You said that it's the foundation of discipline. Often it's involved in interrupt. Authority intervenes with loving strength, and we're parenting them when we do that. This means we have a relational role to stand in. It says the greatest harm any of us could do to ourselves and others is to seek the world without limits or authority. So whether your kid is 4 or 14, they need a parent who's in charge and is going to wield authority in love as a knee-jerk reaction when something goes wrong.
Okay. So this being a habit. So how does this work when a child is having a meltdown? All right, let's imagine a scenario. Maybe it's not hard. Imagine a scenario where a child is having a meltdown. How do you establish authority in that moment, loving authority in that moment?
I was thinking about this week, and maybe the rest of the chapter, I didn't read the chapter. But like at that moment,
my go-to is, if you don't stop, I'm going to, whatever that is.
Threat.
And for the little ones, it's usually a pop. I'm going to pop. And that doesn't mean, I'm going to give you a pop. Please don't call DCS on me. So what should I do?
Okay. You got nose to the wall.
Like, I was thinking about this because that is always what I go to. And I guess for the older ones, it's I'm going to take away something. And I was like, okay, that book says. And then I was like, okay, so what am I supposed to do? What is
So
the
how do you?
answer?
My goal is like, how can I stop this as quick as possible? Like,
Yeah.
because it's like, especially if there's other people around,
Yeah.
I'm like, stop it. No, or I'm gonna, like, because I don't know, you can't think when all the yelling is happening. But if it's like just me and the kid at home, I can manage it a little, But I think it has so much to do with like, how can I stop this very quick?
And if I want them to do something, not like do something for me, but do something like pick up your toys or go to the restroom, go to the car, they don't do it. I mean, they do, but if they don't, my go-to is, if you don't get in that car, you will not watch TV, or screen time will be taken away.
Does that work?
Sometimes, but for the little one, if I say, if you don't do this, I'm top to bottom, that works. But I don't think that's the answer. So what should I do?
That sounds like no judgment here.
We try to get loud.
Yes.
Let's go back to the one about the child just having a meltdown. You said no, or you said it's time to go, or we're not going to do this again after you said one more time. Okay, just one more time. We're not going to do this again. We got to go. We got to, and they have the meltdown. Maybe you establish authority by removing them from the situation. Have you tried that before? Like maybe taking them aside, especially if you're in a life group or something like that. Take them aside and maybe just not nose to the wall, but just sit down and let them learn to regulate their emotions. Does that make any sense? I mean, kind of like what you need to teach them, right, is the discipline or the self-discipline of not being angry when every time I don't get what I want.
I'll go back to what I said last week, the week before. Everything's easier when you just pick them up and move them from the situation. So like Peter was having a meltdown last night because we were leaving family Christmas party after way too much sugar at 8 o'clock. He just started like slapping me. So I just picked him up and kind of side saddle over here. And I just pinned his arms to his side so he'd not be hitting me in front of all these relatives. And we just like walked to the car and put him in the car. And I told Brody and Nolan, like, buckle him in here. Like I went back to get the remnant. And by the time I got back, he was fine. But like, can't do that with.
Yeah, I feel the same way. Like with Sophie, that's an easy one for me. Like if they're having meltdowns, I know I can pick them up. That does not stress me out. But when McCall, who is 6, when I tell him, let's go, huffing and the puffing and the attitude, he's not physically doing, I don't know what to do about that.
I pick up like McCoy or somebody turn him upside down. I carry him out of the room. Like it's kind of, if it's at home, kind of like funny. Like I just, like a upside down fireman's carry.
And
it's just like upside down.
I always feel bad because I'm like not letting him express his emotions because he is sad that he's having to leave and he is mad. But that attitude and the madness, I don't know.
At 6 years old, I'm asking this as a question. At 6 years old, could you I think we talked about this, validate the emotion. Like it's okay, Call it's okay for you to be upset, but here's the reality. This is what we're going to do.
My problem is guilty. Like you do all that and then it just continues and continues. And at some point,
enough's enough.
Yeah.
Or
And
like
I'm done saying
the
it's
next
okay,
time.
you feel this way. We don't have to do something.
Yeah.
You've got to quit feeling.
Yeah, like you, but we're done.
Yes.
I
I like.
like 20 minutes. And like, I'm not gonna let you make us late to be
We're all
somewhere because, you know, like
Yeah.
if it's when, because one of them's like a getting out the door situation, you know, getting dressed, like all that
And it's
stuff.
the next day too
And
that they're doing.
like, I'm not gonna let you maybe be late to work because you're not getting out the door. I'm not gonna let you be. But all that, you know, like it's a point.
So let's pretend Warren didn't have a meltdown yesterday. But
Hypothetically.
yeah, let's pretend. But like, so with Warren, and this has been like over the past, I think 2 weeks. Like for the girls, I'm always like, be sweet, be sweet. Like when they go to school, I'm like, be sweet, be sweet. So I'm trying to change it up with Warren since he is a boy, and that probably doesn't. That's not really appealing. So I'm like, I want you to be a strong boy. And strong is doing what you don't want to do when you don't want to do it. And sometimes that means taking a breath. Sometimes if you can't control a situation, I walk away. And I feel like, at least with us, it helps, like, again. I didn't see it. You know, I just got a text message from you saying I'm going to kill him. Well, been
It's a
there.
good notification.
Now, but either setting up a cascade of issues that ends up in a meltdown, or like, or is it going to go the other way? Use a bomb, and so it's like this, more, sitting there doing this, and eventually you get tired and go back to whatever you're doing. After just kind of like, oh, well, I'm not getting the action back, whatever, whatever. Or is leaning over talking to them and saying something like, you stop doing this, all right, you need to get back in there, or go home, or it's like, well, I want to go home. It's like, hey, well, let's go home. I don't want to go home. and then it's like, then it turns up like a runaway train, and then ends up meltdown, everyone dies.
Listen, when I walked out with him, though, he said, he was like, so I need some big consequences. I was like, sounds like it. So I've been trying to use the word like strong. I don't feel like that's embarrassing in your friend, for your friends or whatever. And that does kind of sound like, more fun and manly. Like, oh, I'm big, I'm like, I want you to be a big, strong boy. And that means, I don't know, that's what we're trying. That's our new game plan. I'll let you know if we change it.
We were at that same event. We were having some of the same.
Yeah. Well, it's also like whole day of parties.
Yeah.
I feel like we're in very much of a culture of like letting you express their feelings, help name their feelings, which I think is important. But then I sometimes see my kids like they're playing with a group of people. I don't want to play that game, and I'm like, there are some moments where you have a feeling, but it's really not socially appropriate or helpful for you in the long run to just express every feeling you have and react to all these, because sometimes you can be disappointed and just take a deep breath and be disappointed and be like, that's cool, we can play whatever you want to play, and you just got to keep going. Because if you're always like, I'm going to say whatever I think and express whatever I feeling I have, that's not helpful for like society. Yeah, because I'm like, I have a lot of feelings that I don't express in the moment because it wouldn't help me. Like, it would not help me in my, because later I'm like, well, I'm glad I didn't say anything because now I'm over. And so how to be like, okay, you can be sad about leaving a party, but you can't throw a fit. And and you can be, I don't know how to be like, I have this feeling and I'm aware of it, but I'm not reacting. Like, how do you know?
I think my parents did a job before their time of letting us have opinions, and to Jackson's parents, I probably as a middle schooler would come off as disrespect to them, but I was allowed to voice my opinion to them. I'm right, but a lot of times my parents thought voicing your opinion at all was disrespect. And I don't know how to voice their opinions. So my parents were I would have been seen as to a lot of parents, but I still feel like I could about what they're and like that I can tell them when maybe.
I guess the problem is when we swing all the other, we tend to do
swing.
that. If you were raised real strict, sometimes let's just go too far this way. And so The problem probably is then when the kid's allowed to express everything for as long as they want and feel every feeling, then it wrecks your life, and it
honestly wrecks them as a human too.
It doesn't.
Because when they're an adult, who wants to be around that person that
expects to get everything that they want, which is not the way life is, or should be, when we think about, being unselfish people, being sacrificial people.
We had this aspect, and the girls are really good at it now, but like, you can say whatever you want once we get in the car. And this is happening like basketball games and stuff. Like, please don't come to me after the game. Like, did you see number 12? And I'm sitting next to number 12's parents. You know what I mean? Like, don't, like, you can say whatever you want to say once we're in the privacy of our car. And because I can't fight some of those ladies, and I'm afraid. Like, you know what I mean?
There's a time and a place.
Yeah, it's like, I don't want you to talk about the refs. The refs sitting behind you. So that's kind of our thing. And usually by that time, the girls can just, but it is more controlled. They've had a couple of minutes, or even like maybe an hour before, but they know like it is not socially appropriate to voice their concerns.
When a child has a meltdown or overreaction or whatever, I'm kind of asking, been out of it for a while, but like, are they doing that to get what they want? Are they doing that are they getting what they want by doing it?
That's what, as a teacher, we threatened something. He had to learn that early on. He threatened something like, you can't say that if you're not going to do it. Like the teacher in me knew that. Like, you can't threaten something if you're not going to do it. So that's he has to learn.
Yeah.
But I think that's more free. But it does not stop it, let me tell you, because I still do it. And I generally, they want, and that's what I say while I'm like, that's what I say, especially. It's not going to get you what you want. And then when it's over and she's calm, I'm like, okay, you threw food about this. Did it get you this? No. But you can't do that when you're in the middle. I'm fine with after the fit, like the repair and the talking about it or whatever. I'm fine once they're calmed down, but in the middle, I just see red.
At what age can you have, and I'm asking, what age can you have a conversation with a child and they kind of get it a little?
Blake out or it's down when they're like 4, but
25.
it's down when they're 5.
But having that conversation with a child that's 18 months is probably a waste of time, right?
Trying to read it.
That's where we're at.
Yeah.
Because Davey is entering the stage. Actually, sorry. You can give her what she's after. She's still mad about it. She didn't do it herself. And so, what did you actually?
But a mini therapy session
with
Davey is not going to
It's not
accomplish
going to do
anything.
anything for her.
Sometimes I feel like that with my
But you do see parents that will, and then this is good. I mean, they get down on their level and they have like a 15-minute conversation about what happened, and like the kid is not getting any of it. The kid's not getting any of it. It's kind of more for the parents maybe doing that more for themselves, but I don't think it's helping the child. All right, so habit 1, establish loving authority, and probably need to talk about that some more later. I think habit 2 is good, that pause for a moment. I think that's really important. Did you have a couple of points there?
It says making some kind of pause a habit for this can allow us a chance to move from our instinctual reactions of anger and frustration to love and discipleship. And I think that's what Chad's trying to do with that. A pause. I mean,
Yes.
I mean, maybe not stick your nose against the wall, but
I
you
think
know,
that
they
was.
were. But I think I think that was the point of it. Is
You're also disappointed that everybody else is still playing behind.
yeah,
You want to be a part of it.
yeah.
I just imagine like somebody come into your house and you're just standing there against the wall.
Just crying.
Yeah.
And they say in here the point is often not so that they can help, but so because sometimes it's like, okay, I need to. I'm not really good on my feet. I'm not good at thinking real quick and all that. I got to have time to think about it. And so if that pause gives me some time, okay, what do I really want to do? Because if you say if you say, I'm going to take this away, and you don't mean it, you've really messed up. You've done worse than if you hadn't said anything to start with. So I need that pause for myself to think, what am I really going to do here?
We have a quiet corner, and that's helped a lot. Like instead of doing timeout, because I always that kind of like that, and sometimes they need that, but I needed that pause. So if they have that quiet, and I put books in that, so you can go to that corner and you can do something quiet that I don't hear, because I need time to regulate. And so go to the quiet corner. It's got little pillows in it. Go to your quiet corner. It does work.
Habit 3, pray and talk to yourself. Again, this is for us, but it's for us inviting God and begging God, really, to be a part of what's about to happen and what needs to happen.
I think pray and talk to yourself needs to be 24/7.
Yeah.
I mean, all day, all the time.
Yeah, before things even happen.
Parents need parenting. I mean, there's not a book on it, and when you have, there are books, but you know what I mean. There's lots of books.
There's too many books.
There's too many books.
And good enough.
And and every child is different. Think you got it figured out with one, then here comes number 2, and they're nothing like number 1, and on and on and on. So, I think praying is more for you, obviously, to give you time to ask God to help me be a parent here. Because I needed.
And I trust Him to answer that.
Yes.
To give us
Yes.
give some wisdom in that moment.
And like it says here, our hearts need to be led to good places if we're going to lead the hearts of our children to good places. And only prayer can do that. Because if they're disobeying, my first thing is anger, get this solved as quick as I can, get this behavior done with. But I think we need to pray about it. It says, do not underestimate the power of this short but real moment of prayer. And I think He will. He will calm your heart and help you know what to do. And you always want perfect. You always won't get it right, but.
Habit 4, we've talked a little bit about, and it seems like you're already thinking this way about using body language and space more than words and threats. Let's emphasize that words and threats. I mean, I think the body language we understand, maybe getting down on their level, maybe having a child in your lap, looking them in the eye. But where do we go wrong with our words and our threats? Everywhere.
Wrong in all the places.
Did your parents make any threats, or do you make any threats? As soon as you said it, you're like, what? Or have you ever gone back and said, maybe the child, you go back and you say, listen, I know I said this, but so I think the child would have a lot of respect for that.
I think I have to apologize all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mommy really.
Your kids are, you're really doing okay.
Mommy really messed that up.
Yeah, I think it probably do that like every day about something.
Yeah.
And so it's a lot easier if you start by apologizing. Like all of a sudden, if they're older, you start apologizing. Not even disingenuous or something like they know I'm messing up. Good job.
I still remember my dad. And I'd be in our like you.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially as they get older and you're just for having a bad attitude or for having a quick temper.
Yeah.
And it's like, I know where you get that from, but still.
Yeah.
Like it's hard to punish them for acting like you.
Yeah.
Regularly, he's annoying you, but he's just like you. Welcome back.
Separate corners.
Well, I can't do it and he can't do it.
Yeah. That's why sometimes Tammy would say, go discipline your child.
I think it's so good to know that there's so much room for grace. I was so worried early, I gonna just mess them up, and like it's a narrow window, and it's all I'm messed up. But like usually, if you apologize to them, they like apologize. The older they get, the more they're like, "I'm sorry, I handled that wrong," and it's like common trait that they see. Like, yep, I'm sorry, I handled that wrong. I totally overreacted. I don't know. I was so like.
I think that's one of like the best things we can do for our children, especially like what you said, if they apologize for whatever you've done. Those are some of my greatest ones, actually, when I failed so bad and had that discussion with Lucy on bed. Mom messed up. I did that totally. But you also, and you can, like you said, they don't put us on pedestals. Like, I think sometimes, at least I remember putting my parents on a pedestal and then not replacing them with God, but that was that was where I was trying to get to, is to please them. And I never wanted my kids to see me as like this thing that does no wrong. So we started partly.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I'm going to screw this up.
And they know you.
Yeah.
It's better for you to admit what they already know.
Yeah. And then watching your parents fall,
Yeah.
and then them not be who you thought they were.
And just, last word on the threats, it's common sense, but we do it, but always, never, all that kind of language, like we always end up regretting those kinds of threats. Or threats that we never could enforce or intend to enforce, or that are too harsh, or that are not connected at all to the behavior. That's not going to go well. All right, well, let's finish next week. Pick up at Habits 5. We'll finish this chapter. Sound good? All right. Thank you very much.
No more work. Oh, yeah.
Oh, no. Food went over there. Or no, back. She was like, I'm right here. And food went over again. Yeah. You make it out. Come over here because it's full of food.
That's right. That's right. And look at class and stuff. First thing this morning.
Woke
up.
Actually, I stayed up until midnight.
Yeah.
And then I typed it out. I was like, I'm so nervous to bother you. I don't want to be the first one to tell you.
Right.
Before me.
But I said, we must be friends.
No, she tested me for everything. I bet it's similar.